And we're back now with an episode of Deej and Beej. As you may have suspected, we are back with the first episode of the group chat with your hosts, Beej and Deej.
Yes, sir.
Deej, what's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up, man? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. We've both been busy. It's good to get back out here and get back on this phone and talk to each other, bro.
Get back on this phone, back on the horn, man. I missed our talks and our time. We've chatted off of our show a little bit, but
Mhm.
this is the first of bringing people into our group chat, so to speak. Our first in a while.
Yeah, man. This is the first in a while. I'm glad they're getting ready to join the group chat. The group chat's lit, so I'm excited about the adventures that the group chat's about to take.
The adventures of the group chat.
The
That might
adventures
be
of
a tagline.
yeah, the adventures of the group chat, man. We about to go all over. About to talk about some things, unpack some things, invite some people into our lives, and then
Yeah,
go see about some other people's lives, see what's going on.
that's a fact. That's a fact. It's a community space, and
Hmm.
we're unpacking all sorts of sports, culture, drama, whatever we feel like talking about, and whatever the producer puts on our production sheet.
Yeah.
But the group chat is a place for us to talk some shit, have a few laughs, maybe have a
Hmm.
couple of drinks. It's just some water for me today, but as
Got
we
some
cover some of
sparkling
the
water.
oh, you got some sparkling water. Okay, is that Topo Chico over there?
You know it. Hey, hey, the best, the best.
Man, you got that Topo Chico type money.
Bruh, oh, don't do that.
I
Don't
knew
do
that was
that.
Topo.
We can't afford Topo out
You
here.
see, there was no Pellegrino. Pellegrino ain't even crossed my mind. There was no Polar. Polar ain't crossed my mind. None of that Trader Joe's brand. I knew Topo, the most carbonated of the bubbly sparkling water, is what you would be drinking, my friend.
Bro, you need it. It's just crisp. I need that burn. I need that burn. It just it hit different. It hits different. The Topo hit different. That glass bottle, it get extra cold, crisp opening. Man, I needed it today.
Feel like sparkling water is better out of a glass or out of a can.
Got to be better out of glass. I don't. I mean, I don't know,
It's
dude.
got to be, right?
Cans do get cold though. Cans do get cold.
You just got the sound.
I don't know that I've ever had one. I don't like the Waterloos. I'm not a big fan of the Waterloos. Like they're okay. They don't hit. Maybe if Topo made a can. Does Topo make a can? Is there something I'm missing?
I think they make canned seltzers. I've never seen a canned sparkling water.
It's
They
not the
got
same.
the seltzer.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I feel like the glass. I'm with you. I feel like the glass is a better quality, and the fact that you have to pop it off with a bottle opener, it just like cements that you are drinking a quality sparkling water, and
Give
it's
you
bougie that you got to go and take the extra step to pop it
give
off.
you a feel of extra security. Like nothing happened. Like this is packaged just for me to drink it. Just for me. It was waiting on
Yeah.
me. It was personal.
I mean, it was packaged. It actually was packaged just for you, Deej. It's that's an expensive water with got a expensive taste for the water, and you're coming off a fresh contract, freshly inked with the Detroit Lions, man. And so
Yo,
that topo is
yo,
actually made for you, man.
hey,
Congratulations
man.
on Detroit.
Appreciate it, man. We in the D with it, man. One pride. We here. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I know you were away doing like expensive trips and meditating in the Himalayas with the monks and stuff and vibing. But I'm glad you had enough time to see on the internet that your boy got a new deal, with the new squad. Very excited. I'm super excited about getting out there, man. And I've been watching BMF and stuff to get up on my Detroit lingo. That might have been in the '80s, '90s, but be all right. We'll make it work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I was saying, super excited about Detroit, man. And the only thing I know that they say lingo wise that I got from the show is "What up, though." But that's some old stuff. I
Hmm.
know they rock. Hey, I know they rock the buffs though.
Yeah.
I got to get me a fresh pair of buffs to put on.
Right. Right. Well, I'm curious, Deej. I know I was gallivanting through the continent of Asia during the free agency period and when you were ultimately picked up by the Lions, but um, we've talked on previous episodes about the free agency experience and what it's like,
Mm.
and the ups and downs, and it's a really quick roller coaster. Can you give us some context of what happened in this last free agency period and what led up to you ultimately landing in Detroit with the Lions, and leaving the Bengals, man, out of the jungle. So what
Yeah.
happened, man? Give us a breakdown of what happened.
Man, it's crazy. I've touched on this on like other places, but not really had a chance to touch on it on my own platform. It was just kind of crazy. You get hurt with what 5 games left, and you think like, all right, like this is a place I want to be. It's a culture you help kind of build and things like that. And you're here, you're there, and you really want those things to happen. And they just don't. You hear from the coaches and stuff and your players. Obviously, I spent every single day there doing rehab up until free agency started. I mean, I think I talked to you, and I was just there rehabbing, grinding. And then it's kind of weird for nobody from upstairs to ever come down or say, "Hey, let's get this deal done. Let's do this. Let's do this." Like, let's just try to get it done before free agency because we know you're going to the end of your last year. We want you. We're here. You're here every day. You're showing you're committed to us. We want to show a commitment to you. And that just never happened. And it never happened up until the days before free agency. And then the day of, it was kind of, you end up getting like a subpar deal or just a subpar offer and something that you didn't feel was respectable to who you were as a player. And so then you kind of want to go see other options. It's nothing personal, but they've made it a business with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't make it, they made it
Mm.
unpersonal with you. You felt like it was a family, and that's hard. Now you got to understand, but they made it that way with you as well. So obviously you got feelings. You're a person. So you're gonna go see what's out there, and if somebody truly wants you, and that's kind of what I fell into. I fell into that category, so I ended up going to Detroit, and it was nice to feel wanted, like truly wanted by a team, and everybody in the building. Not just the coaches, GM, everybody. You're talking to everybody, owners, all that stuff. So it was awesome just to be there, and everybody seemed excited and happy for you to be there and be a part of something special because you can tell that something special is brewing over there. And that's really what it all ended up happening. No hard feelings. It was just business at the end of the day, and that was something I had to take a step back and really notice. But I mean, it was hard for me at the beginning because you sit there and you feel like you built the culture and you built something. I mean, shoot, you went to 2 AFC championships with that team and a Super Bowl where you felt like you really had a good chance of winning all these things. You felt like you built the right culture and they're about the right stuff. And for that not to really feel like to not really be pushed towards like you were a part of that or like that you made that happen, that really hurt me. I think it really did hurt my heart in that way because it felt like they were like, well, we could just do without you, which it is what it is. Now I'm on to bigger and better things. I'm excited to be in Detroit, but that you never want to feel that way as a player, especially when you actually help build something.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's got to be difficult every time, right? When the business of the game shows itself,
Yes.
where the Bengals organization, um, they made a decision, to not pursue you as really as hard as you deserve. And then there's, and then you have to make the business decision, right? Of like, okay, well, this deal is not the one uh, that is respectable for me. Then I have to look elsewhere and ultimately weigh my options. And it's the business. But at the end of the day, like you said, we're still human, right? You still have
Yeah.
the emotions and what you built with Cincinnati. How are you able to overcome those emotions, in those moments where it feels like, damn, I did all this work and now I feel like I'm being disrespected and my heart is getting hurt. Like, how do you overcome that?
I really was struggling, to be honest. Like, I was struggling, bro, because you got the guys who really matter to you. That's what matters, the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the people you put blood, sweat, and tears with, and that's always the interesting part.
Yeah.
When you're under contract, the business and the family never mix really much. It's only when those contract negotiations come up that you have your family over here, which is your guys and who people who you actually grind with, the coaches, this and the third, and then you have this whole other piece that you're negotiating with. It almost seems like a third party. Like it's not like they're down there with you every day. They're not grinding with you every day. They're not this like so. It's
Mm,
almost like,
yeah.
oh shit, like like do they know? Do they know what I mean? Do they like like this that, and the third? But I think that's the hardest part. And then you have to realize that it's no hard feelings. The guys who you grinded with, like I mean, shit, you still my friend. I had to move on. You still my homeboy. Everybody who I've been friends with and had a connection with, we're still all friends. And you got to let that part go. I think I had a mentor, one of my mentors, John, who me and him always talk. He's an old head, so he uses old head analogies all the time. I always got to pick up on him.
We love that. Love
Hey,
that OG, man. OG
OG, bro, he goes, hey man, with these organizations, he said, hey man, you can love them. He said you can hug them. He said, but you can't French kiss them. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, what's he mean? Like you can't French? He's like, you know, you French kiss them, you're gonna want to put a ring on. He said, well, if you French kissing them and telling them you love them, you want them to French kiss you back and tell them that they love you, put a ring on you. He said, well, they're not putting a ring on you. So it's only one person out there
Mm,
that seems to be in love. And like when he broke it down that
mm,
way, I laughed at it because I was like, it's just such an old head bar. But it was true, man. It's true. It is what it is. Like you can't tell a person I love you, I love you, I love you, and then never really fall in love with that person. Just how it goes. So
mm.
and
Yeah.
you can like somebody a lot, but you just gotta like people in different ways, and you can't be as locked down and open, as friendly as you want to be through all these situations because at the end of the day, it is business, and if you show some signs of weakness, some people will take advantage of you and exploit that.
Right, right, right. That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to the OG John.
Hey, shout out my dog
You
John, man.
you you can hug him. You can
Oh.
hug him. You can kiss him, but you can't French kiss him. That's the thing with these organizations. You can't French kiss them.
Hey, such
That's
an
crazy.
old head thing to say. When he said it, I was dying. I was like, dude, this dude is funny, bro. I get these like
That's
once a week.
good.
John
That's
dropped a
good.
gym about once a week. Something like that's coming once a week. I gotta remember for the next shows because he's hilarious.
You need that, man. You need that. Well, I think the silver lining through all of the business that was difficult to go from a place where you had your boys, your family, and then ultimately move on. The silver lining is that, bro, you landed in a great spot, an
Amazing.
organization that is on the rise. They're
Mhm.
winning. They're trying to win now, right? And it seems that you fit the scheme great. They got great leadership. Coach Campbell, like, man, and Detroit, like over the past few episodes, you've said that Detroit is actually your favorite city. I don't know if the Lions fans out there want to go and do some diligence on some of our past episodes, but Deej loves Detroit. And he said that before he was even a Lion. So,
I did love
man,
him in the
it's
playoffs last year. I
serendipity,
fell in
bro.
love with him. I think everybody in America who wasn't in the playoffs fell in love with the Lions. You might be the only person that didn't fall in love with the Lions, but that's because you're from the West
Yeah,
Coast.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
hold out.
Easy.
You like to go against the grain sometimes. You're like, nah, man, nah. But now you got no choice because your boy's out there. So now we're even bringing you on the bandwagon. We're bringing everybody.
That I mean, that's a fact. You're out there. My guy Jared Goff is there as well. So, yeah, yeah. I'm a Lions fan now. What? It's not the jungle in Detroit. What is it?
Ford
One
Field. I
Pride.
don't
It's One
one pride,
Pride.
one pride, but it's at Ford Field. We're at the. I don't know if we got a nickname for it. I don't know if that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll put a pause on the Detroit talk, and we'll save an episode for later to really dig in and introduce the people to DJ Reader to Deej himself. But for now, you're not the only one that's left one place and went to another.
Mm-hmm.
Young Bronny James is leaving USC,
Yeah.
enters his name in the NBA draft, and enters his name in the transfer portal at the same damn time.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even know that you could do that. I didn't know that you could do both. That you
I
could
didn't.
transfer and go to the NBA.
I thought you. Yeah, I didn't know you could do both. That was something that I didn't know because I knew you could go like the NBA thing, check out, see what your grade might be, and then come back. But I guess I
And
never
then
put it
pull
together.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you could like do that, see what your grade, and then be back. Like, hey, I'm a free agent again. Who want me? You know what I'm saying? Who got the bag? I'm trying to pull up. And I yeah, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's me. You see that I just went to the NBA, the draft, what the draft stocks say about what the draft people say about me. Pull up, man.
Right. Well, I mean, I think he'll land wherever he wants in the
Yeah,
transfer portal, but it's a little bit interesting for me with entering the name in the NBA draft. I mean, I didn't watch a ton of college basketball this year, but I mean, he wasn't balling like NBA draft type balling.
yeah.
So, from what I understand, so is he doing this because he understands that his that Pops is pulling the strings in the league and will make a way to get him on the same team? You know, what is the? I'm trying to figure out the end game here with Bronny entered his
Oh,
name in the
maybe
draft.
he's just going to see exactly what he need to work on. I mean, obviously getting better. He didn't go crazy, but I do think Bronny has a lot of tools, and I think that a kid like him who's used to like putting the work in, you put him in one of those like camps, he might shine. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Hmm.
pre-draft camp, like he might go crazy. He really might go like end up shining, and because he's a kid that's used to working every day, every day. He's done it with his pops. He's programmed before, so he might go crazy, and then something like that exposed to him, and then he comes back and does whatever. He might go to Duquesne, man. Then his dad's, I think his dad's friend just got the head job at Duquesne. Be a smart move for me. And they just went on that run NCAA tournament, man. So I don't know if they're Duquesne, man. Turn the program up.
Duquesne. Why do you call it Duquesne?
Is that not how do you say it? Am I saying it wrong?
Talking about Duke?
No.
What is Duquesne? You said Duquesne.
It's the school that his friend coaches for, man. I think his high school coaches was the head coach.
What the?
I think his high school coach. Listen, I think his high school coach was the head coach, and I think his best friend is now the head coach. One of his best friends from the documentary
Oh
who played.
wow.
Yeah, I think that, and they just went on a run in the NCAA tournament. Is what I'm telling you. By Duquesne.
So so Bronny's going to Duquesne,
I don't know that. Don't do
bro.
that to me.
I I thought that you were calling Duke by
Nah,
some North Carolina nickname that
no,
you got for Duke. I was like, Duquesne. Why are you calling it Duquesne?
no, Duquesne,
That's crazy.
man.
So
So I mean,
to give
that's
the
all.
audience some context, I have been totally off the map for like the last month. And I gotta be transparent. I didn't watch not a lick of March Madness until the Final Four. Bronny James to Duquesne. That's got a little ring to it.
There we go.
We'll keep our eyes on that. Um, what we also have to keep our eyes on is these rule changes in the NFL. We saw a few different rule changes over the last season or so, particularly with defensive players. Um, we had the increase in targeting calls, and uh, we had the Kareem Jackson that we had covered ad nauseum with the suspensions, and are these the right plays, or these the wrong plays, or the right calls, the wrong calls, and it just got more complicated with the NFL banning the hip drop tackle. Deej, I mean, what is a hip drop tackle?
It's bro. It's a
What is
desperation
that?
tackle. It's basically they're saying like you wrap somebody around their waist and you drop your weight for them to go to the ground. Honestly, if you've ever seen steer wrestling, if you've ever watched a cowboy steer wrestle, it's the exact same tackle. Like it's, but the tackle only happens when you're behind. When you're behind at the last desperation, you're trying to make a play. Is the only time that your head gets behind somebody. Therefore, you grab them around the waist and you just try to drop. It's the only time it happens. It's not like you hip drop tackle people when you got your head in front of them. There'd be no reason to. For me, it's like like you're late. You're late and you're trying to get the person to stop fighting for extra yards. So what do you want me to do as a player? Do you want me to just let him drag me into the end zone,
Yeah.
like, record the first down? Like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to risk whipping around, look like a fucking idiot on the field by whipping around his damn waist because I can't? I'm scared to whip the hip drop. Like, I'm making this tackle. The only reason I'm making this tackle this way is because I'm late. It's not because like, oh, I'm on time. I'm about to get like, you know what I'm saying? Like usually, because if that was the case, I could get in front of him and truly tackle him. I'm coming from an angle and I'm late. I'm trying to get to him, and then he's about trying to run through my shit and get extra yards, so I drop. Like I don't understand what's like. They're like, oh, the ankle injuries, this, and the third. Like, so what about the defensive players? What about us? What rule have you made to make it safer for us in any type of way? That's what I don't understand. There's no rules that make it any safer for us as a defender.
Right, and then it seems like these rules are like they're making it tricky for defensive players just to play the game. Because when I think of a hip drop tackle, that could, I'm glad that you framed it in the way that okay, that you're behind. But even if the ball carrier is trying to run through you, and maybe you don't have leverage, maybe you're a little bit high, right? And then you have to regain leverage so you get low. You have no momentum, so you have to drop your hip, and you have to get them around, one of the tackle points, which like the waist is one of those places where you can get momentum, and then you can drop your hip. So it's like it's a game of leverage in order to get somebody down to the ground, much less to get somebody who's 225 pounds and built to run, plus and built to run through you with the type of balance that these running backs or receivers or offensive players have, right? So in order to get leverage, you got to drop hips, you got to drop shoulders, etc. And with the NFL, it's like so you've already limited the leverage that we can get from being up high, right? Because you can have leverage from hitting somebody in the shoulders or the head or the neck area, basically, or you can go low. And when you go low, it's either you like take out the knees or you go around the waist and drop your leverage. So like it's just constraining the box of what of the ways that defensive players can actually play the game.
And it's crazy. There's really no you, you're basing it off a couple injuries. Like people get hurt all the time. You're not just changing the rules of the game for it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like You know what I mean? Defense linemen get hurt on running backs cutting when you're getting through the lane. Like it's just or
Oh,
just random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's not making it safer for a defender in any way. Like it's not. It's crazy. You put defensive players in so much harm. Just like it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Now I'm out there thinking, okay, I can't hip drop him. Think about like we just talked about, like Derrick Henry's going to Baltimore. Think about those small DBs that's just gonna be up there like stuck on them, like trying to figure out, all right, what do I do? Like what I can't hip drop him, but they're gonna throw a flag. Like, but this dude is 240 pounds and I'm 175. He's just running away with me. Like, what am I supposed to do to like get him on the ground right now? What can I do? What is there to do?
yeah, yeah, and yeah. What rules have been made to make the game safer for defensive
Yeah.
players is a
It's
great
gotten
question
more
because
dangerous. Think about it. They cut out the cut rule for a corner. Corners can't cut the offensive lineman coming out there pulling now. All they can do is like try to collision them. It's more dangerous. You want this 300-pound joker running around here, and you want me to either all my only two options is to foot freeze him or collision him, but I can't stop him. I can't cut him, which stops his momentum, which is what he would do to any defense lineman in front of him if he really wanted to stop his
right,
momentum.
right,
It's
right,
crazy. Usually
right.
I watch DBs get smashed week to week to week now because of that exact rule. Smash. Smash.
Standing up high, just like, oh,
They're just trying to
what
figure
do
out
I,
what to
what do I
do.
do?
Hey, they're trying to
What do
figure
I
out
do?
what do I do? How do
I
I
got
leverage,
this 350-pound man coming at me right now,
how
and I
do I
got to tackle
leverage
the
the
guy
defense?
behind
How can I leverage the defense right now? What do you want me to do, coach? I can't do it. He's coming around the
me. Yeah,
corner. I can't do it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, when I think about like, it's also the game is changing too, right? So you know you have bigger players out in space. You know, there's more space, but then the offenses are so timed up that blocks are happening so fast. You know, and that offensive lineman is up on that corner so fast by the time he realizes how the play is developing, he's being blocked. You know, and
Correct.
then for even like for outside backers or edge defenders, you have
The
you
tight
know
end flash.
the Y offs flashing. They're flashing, and by the time you realize it, that he's either smacking you in the in the side of the ear hole, or he's cutting you, or even in some of these offenses, they're bringing that play that Y off in motion,
And
or it's a
then
smaller dude or a fullback that's coming in motion, and now we're coming full speed and cutting you. So you're telling me that you're gonna ban the hip drop tackle before you ban the full speed
run
at
at
the
you and dive
last
into
second
it.
cut, edge guy. Like that's crazy.
It's what they care about, bro. It's their priorities. You gotta play by the rules that they
And
set.
it's like the running back expects to get tackled. The outside linebacker, you don't expect to get cut. That's not a natural part of the game.
At
At
least
least
not by a
that
guy running,
quickly. But
not by a guy running fucking Canadian style across the formation just to run straight at your leg and dive into it. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We we might have to table this one for a lengthier discussion, just
Mhm.
about
Yes, we
rules
do.
and really the evolution of the game, because I feel like there's some good subjects here around what offenses are doing, and then how it's forcing defenses to adjust, and then maybe how these rules uh, are limiting how defensive players are able to adjust, or scheme wise, schematically, what defenses are being forced to do now that the rules are changing.
Correct.
I think we can get in the nitty gritty, man.
Oh no, we can get into that. That's something really to unpack. We definitely need to get into that.
We gonna unpack that shit, damn it. We will unpack that. But first, we gotta unpack the cultural developments
Hmm.
over the past few weeks. We
Hmm.
got a few of them, and like I said, I've been off the grid for the last 3.5 weeks, Deej. So I'm gonna lean on you
All right.
for for some of these show notes and what we got cooking here. This J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar beef.
Yes.
I had no idea that they was beef. I
It's
hope
like
that's
a
okay for me as a host to say that I have no idea what the like what's going on these topics that we're discussing. But I feel like this is okay because there's listeners maybe who don't know what's going on with K Dot and Cole. So, DJ, the floor is yours.
so Future and my dog Metro Boomin released the album. Shout outs to them. It was fire, fuego all over the album. I mean, Metro's doing his
I
thing in the
did listen to
production.
that.
I'm a big production guy. Me and you always talk about the
Yeah.
sounds, the beats, and he is going berserk, berserk in the production. He's going crazy. There's a song specifically like that where Kendrick gets on in the end verse and he takes some shots. He takes a little jab at Cole, but really some shots at your boy, the boy. He's taking a whole lot of shots at your boy. Um, J. Cole,
At who?
the boy, your boy Drake went 90% of the verse is at Drake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's really a Kendrick and Drake beef. J. Cole, he took a jab at Cole because Cole, did the first person shooter with Drake. Um, so Cole felt the need to respond on his album that he just released, might delete later. There's a song at the end of the album called 7 Minute Drill where, Cole goes in a little bit, says some things, but it's still jabs. He didn't, it was more of a, hey, bro, chill. Don't mention me. You know what I could do, and I'll do that. Which, which to some people, they're not a fan of that. They want like old school beef, like I see you niggas on site type beef. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type beef they want. But
Yeah,
it's hard for me to
right.
believe that J. Cole and Kendrick specifically would do that because I feel like those two are genuinely like homies. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that they aren't friends. So I think that like that would be tough for those two specifically to do. But like I said, J. Cole's on that like don't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'll do type and Kendrick, he came out with that energy, especially towards Drake. Like nigga F you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I am who I am, you know who I am, this and the third. Like, that's what he was on. That's what it seemed like he was on. So that's the gist of it,
I
man.
wonder why K Dot felt the need to do that with Drake. What was the impetus of that?
I think those two been taking shots back and forth for a minute now. I don't think this is nothing new. I don't think this is like new beef. I think this has been subliminal beef for a minute and K Dot, came out of his wherever he be in Compton.
Yeah,
Came
right.
out doing dips at the park. He was probably doing some dips at the park. Future Metro called up. He was like, you know what? I got you. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. I'm getting this booth right real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get it right. But yeah, that's the gist of
Yeah.
that. That's where we at right
Uh,
now. But Cole did just respond to the Dreamville Festival and said that, basically like K Dot's his brother, that was out of character, this and the third. And you could tell the response. If he came up with that in truly 7 minutes, it was a masterpiece of a response in 7 minutes just off the top of your head. You would wonder and be delightful to know what else he has in store if he actually had time to write that.
yeah,
Because Cole does this thing he explained a
yeah.
couple of years with the 7 minute drill, where he just sits down to get himself started, where he sits down for 7 minutes, writes the topic, and goes lays that track, no matter what it is. So if you came up with all that in 7 minutes, I can only imagine if you was really digging to find some stuff and go through it, what you would come up with and what you would say.
That's his technique. He gets
Yeah,
in the
that's one
studio
of
and
his
he writes for
techniques.
7 minutes
Yeah, it's
and
one of
lays
the
the track.
techniques called the 7 minute drill. He just get in there and warm it, gives his guys a topic. They all write whatever the topic is and just goes and lays down a track for 7 minutes. Like at 7 minutes, you got it to write down.
That's fire.
Go lay down whatever you got, just to get the creative juices flowing.
That's
You know what I'm
fire.
saying?
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. I so yeah, K Dot and Drake. That doesn't surprise me because it feels like they come from two like not polar ends of the extremes, but just like Drake is more mainstream. He does it for the jingle, does it for he makes sure he has the radio hits. K Dot is the total opposite. It's like I'm lyrical. I got a message here. I really don't care about the radio. Maybe you'll catch one or two songs per project that's for that, but the rest I want you to just hear me. So I could see there being a little bit of tension there. But K Dot and J Cole, I feel like they both are on the same wavelength a little bit. And man, I'm trying to think now that like I grew up on J Cole all through high school, really. Friday Night Lights, I was a big Cole fan.
Hmm.
But then when I got to college, I was a K Dot fan, Section 80. Uh, that was really, I think, the Pimp a Butterfly. I don't know who wins that battle, man.
I think that I'm biased. I'm from Carolina. I think J. Cole's a better rapper. I think Kendrick has made some better albums. But I also think everybody's beef with Kendrick is he don't drop enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's like the beef with Kendrick is he's regarded as this top rapper, which he is. You know what I'm saying? He's the man. He just don't drop ever. And so everybody's like, damn, like I'm out here rapping my ass off, really proving I'm at the top, and y'all just still putting him in the category with me, and he don't drop. Like, so what do I got to do to separate myself? You know what I'm saying? Like as a rapper, like he not dropping, I'm steady dropping heat, and y'all still putting us in the same category. It's just us three. It's like, damn, like what you know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do?
Hmm. I would love to have that conversation with K Dot. It's like, why? Why not? Why don't you drop your music? I know that you're recording.
I know
I
you're
mean,
doing
he's a
something.
genius.
You're
He's a
doing
he's a
something.
he's a musical genius. You're in the studio.
You're doing something. I know you are.
Yeah,
Whether like
for sure.
I
For
just
sure.
wish
He,
you would
he
give us the reason why. Like, what you doing something? You got other parts of your life you're doing. That's cool. Just answer the question. You know what I'm saying?
Man, to be as good as he is, he's in that studio. To be as good
You
as he is,
practice.
he's passionate about his music.
Yeah, you
He's
still
making
practice
music. So the
for sure.
question is, are you not dropping music because you're maybe self-conscious around it being a type of quality that you're willing to drop with, or is it like a timing thing, like you need to feel like it's that time, or is it like intentional? I'm gonna string the people out and just give them one project every 4 years, five
Maybe,
years. Is
maybe
it
he'll
is it
go, yeah,
strategic or is it actually like internal conflict?
maybe he'll go on that like that run that J Cole went on when he was just featuring to get his skills back right. You know what I'm saying? Like to get sharp again because this feature was amazing. The last album I don't think was that fired by Kendrick. I don't think it was like he put out some heat. So I mean, maybe sometimes it do take time for you to just rap on some stuff. Just keep rapping, rapping, rapping to sharpen that pen, and then really drop something that you really need to do. You know what I'm saying? Drop one of those albums that we bring back. Like this is a classic right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've appreciated Cole doing that here and there. This last album, this might delete later, seems like it was something that wasn't super planned out. It was just some tracks that maybe the 7 minute drill. There may be some other tracks that
It's a
yeah
good track.
they don't really fit on like a full
Yeah,
project. But let me give the music put the music out for the people. And then there was the one time that recently he found the J. Cole type beat on YouTube. That's what he put in. He said J. Cole type beat on YouTube, and the first one that popped up, he chose the beat and then he rapped over it and then he put it out. He put it out on YouTube, and he was like showing love to the producers. He was like, "Yo, I want to do this more, give the people more
yeah,
music," which I appreciate that, man. And that's why I miss that a little bit of back when the early 2000s when folks were dropping mixtapes. Like it was your
yeah,
album, the album timing was the same. It was maybe like you're still waiting for 4 years, 3, 4 years until you get a really solid project. But up until then, you're gonna get 3 or 4 mixtapes of all the stuff that I'm doing,
right,
all the music that didn't make it on that project. I'm gonna put it
right,
out.
for sure. But I think he always drops something right before Dreamville. I think people just don't do mixtapes no more. So that's like he just
Yeah,
dropped it and was like, you know what, just put this up because he put it up kind of late. It wasn't like up. like right at 12 when music usually drop. It dropped like 12:40, something crazy like that, randomly in the middle of the night.
Mm.
I was out having a couple drinks when I seen it drop. Immediately went to the car, just put it on. Said I'm gonna vibe back.
Oh, that's fire. Hey, you love that.
We're
You
just
love
vibing away.
that.
Let me see how this sound in the car, man. Let me vibe out in the whip. It was good. But yeah, I think he just released some music.
Yeah.
And we all miss those days, man, when people just releasing music and just putting it up for us. So maybe we'll get back to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I gotta go back through and listen to the might delete later before he deletes it.
Before he deleted it. It's on my phone right now. I hope it don't get
Before he
taken.
deletes it. um Shoot, man. Well, we were gonna maybe dive into some Diddy topics and all the drama around Diddy, but we ain't gonna do that today. We're gonna let that all, unfold
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it's
We're gonna let
supposed
that
to.
unfold before we start commenting on that because right now the information that we got, the comments are man,
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to touch that with a
Let's not
10-foot pole.
let's, no Diddy, no Diddy.
Yeah, no, no Diddy, no Diddy today. Well, shit, man. It's great talking to you, Deej.
It's great talking to you too,
And
man.
this was the first of the group chat. I'm feeling good about our rebrand, about our pivot here to the group chat because we
I'm
do
excited
got
about it.
some good
Yeah,
group chats going on and they're exciting. And so why not take our group chats and put them into the show and put the show into our group chats and make it all just one. And then we can invite the audience to come into the group chat by listening in here and listening to what we got to say. But then on top of that, we want to hear from the audience.
for sure.
We want to know what they want to hear. What do they want to talk about? How, you know, they're involved in the group chat just like we are. So, any Lions fans that might be out there and they want to know about DJ Reader, shoot us some questions in the comments.
And please
Deej,
let us know
what do
what's
you
good.
want to know about Detroit?
Please let me know. Let me know some
You
good
got some
things.
questions too.
Good food spots. Drop them all in the comments, please. Let your boy know. I like to eat. I'm gonna be checking them out. I'm pulling up anywhere, anywhere. I promise.
So, Deej, you're asking the Detroit Lions fans, what are the best restaurants in Detroit? Is that right?
That is correct. I need to know the best ones. What's good? What you think is good? I don't care if your opinion and you just think that hey, this place is fire and I need to check it out. We talking from 5-star restaurants to food trucks. We taking everywhere, baby. Just let me know.
Did you strike me as a steakhouse man? Is that right?
I like it all, bro. I like all food, man. If it's good, I'm eating it.
I feel that. You got to go to India, bro. You'll like the food in India.
Okay, I like me some curry, bro. I love me some curry, some chicken shawarma and stuff and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some falafel. They eat falafel in India.
I
They fool with the
didn't have
falafel.
no falafel now. That's
Okay,
more of
they might
that's a
not, but
more of a Mediterranean thing.
I know they fool with the curry. I know they fool with the curry
They
heavy.
had the curry,
They had the curry. Hey,
the
the big
curry,
big chunks
the
of chicken. The what? Did you say dog?
dal, dal. No, 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 dal, dal,
I don't know nothing about that.
Dahl.
Yeah, you have to let me know about that one. I don't
Well, I
know.
think it may be Dal.
What
The
they got
dal is fire.
they
It's
got the
like it's
garlic
like
naan,
it's kind of like curry with the naan. Yeah, the
garlic naan.
naan or
Ooh.
chapati. They got the chapati. Uh, they got the roti. They got the
I do like some roti.
paranta. The paranta is like fried roti. Fire.
I don't know. Paratha. I don't see. You got the names down. You was there. You know how to pronounce this stuff. I
Oh,
got to freshen up my.
I was in there.
I got to freshen up on my
I'll
Indian.
send you some stuff, man. I'll send you some stuff. Well, shit, man. Anything else for the group chat before we hop off here?
That's it for me, man. I'm excited that we just about to lock in again. New times, bro. Baseball season's coming up, so I'm super excited to bring some stuff to the group chat about another sport that I love. I can't wait to talk about it in the upcoming weeks. But other than that, man, I'm about to grab some food, clock it in for dinner, put this
Let's
boy
go.
back there to sleep, and that's it, man.
All right, brother. Well, till next time. Till next week.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all all tuning in. This is Deej and Beej in the group chat. Logging off.
See you.
Peace.